Hey, greetings everyone. Gleekon here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. On our last episode, we discussed the up-and-coming generation of heroes, the coming into fast adulthood of Arthas, Janet Proudmoore, Varen Wrynn, and he even had a son, and now we have the birth of Anduin Wrynn. So we've started to kind of move into that direction. So stay a while and listen to this one. It's called The War of the Spider. The War of the Spider is a big moment in-game Warcraft lore, and I don't think it ever gets a story of its own, but I think it's definitely referenced a lot in Warcraft 3 and beyond. Here we go. Far from the human nations, the Lich King was rapidly growing his power and building a truly terrifying army. Most of Northrend's inhabitants were easily corrupted by the plague of undeath, and his forces swelled in number. But it wasn't long before the Lich King faced his first real test. An ancient race of insectoids called nerubians lived in Northrend, and they were monstrously fierce in battle. Their grand kingdom, Azjol-Nerub, stretched far beneath the frozen tundra. The nerubians were aware of the Lich King's presence, and they had no intention of allowing him to conquer them. Any attempts to spread the plague of undeath in their home were ruthlessly snuffed out by the nerubians' leader, a powerful warlord named Anubarak. And I know that, especially in the Dragonblight area, there's some raids and some instances that are tied into that. And the little insectoid nerubians are throughout Northrend in various zones. Are they tied to the old gods? Maybe. The Lich King saw no way to subvert their defenses, so he settled on smashing the nerubians into rubble instead. For years, the Lich King's undead army fought a war of attrition against the insectoids. Each one who fell was added to the Lich King's ranks, and when the war end came, he was delighted to raise Anubarak himself as a powerful undead minion. The former ruler was now a slave, and though he chafed at his leash, he could not free himself from it. The Lich King was so impressed by the Nerubians' resistance that he adopted their architectural style as his own. He infused their jagged ziggurats with magic, causing them to soar in the skies over Northrend. In time, these necropoli would become feared sights across Azeroth. So that then goes on to explain why do you have that Lich King architecture that's so unique? Well, he stole it from the Nerubians. Now the Lich King was unopposed in Northrend, and yet it was still not time to unleash the plague of undeath on the eastern kingdoms. Adding creatures like Anubarak to his ranks had taught him the value of corrupting powerful minds. He would need such allies to complete the work ahead. Moreover, the Lich King secretly hoped that he could win these servants to his side and use them to break free of the Legion. The Lich King spread his consciousness across the world, seeking individuals who would be tempted by the power he could offer. Several answered his call. Alright, so what's the point of the War of the Spider? Well, it is what makes the Northrend finally fall under his control, and it's how you gain the undead insectoid race, the Nerubians. How do they become such strong minions for the Lich King? And that might be something that's big in I know that in Warcraft 3, one of the campaigns is you are the Lich King. So, is this explaining why you control those? Maybe. Alright, so we got another episode in the pipe, 5x5. I thank you so much for watching and listening. Look forward to seeing you next time on Lore of Warcraft.